US-based business can give you a tremendous competitive advantage. Why? You're able to access a very large market in excess of 333 million consumers. You're able to access technology, and also you're able to access a diversified financial portfolio, meaning debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. We at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York, we have started this signature project titled the Business Growth Summit 101 that will give you a step-by-step guide in terms of how to start a US business, how to scale that US-based business, and how to cash flow from a position of strength. So we encourage you to join us on a daily basis as we take you through this journey of starting and scaling your business. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're viewing this program from. I want to welcome you to the first broadcast of Business Growth Summit 101. Today I have a number of dynamic persons who are in the studio, and you will see them up on stage shortly. We have Dr. Felicia, and Dr. Felicia, she is a commercial loan broker. We have Jade Thompson. He's a marketing specialist. We have Dr. Shakira. She is a pharmacist by profession, but she has developed a tremendous passion for real estate investment. We also have Allure Thompson, and she is the operation director of Pitch Deck 101 and 10X B&M LLC out of New York. Just a brief introduction of the program before I bring the speakers on stage. The focus of Business Growth Summit 101, it has been designed based on the fact of spending many years in business, and we see that many businesses struggle to access capital to go after their dreams, their hopes, and their aspirations. What we also see is that even after you access capital, businesses access capital, we see that many of those businesses struggle to exit the debt portfolio. So the vision of Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X B&M LLC in designing this program is to provide that strategic intervention to businesses to really help businesses to understand the entire ecosystem of doing business. So on this platform, you will learn a number of techniques showing you how to understand financial portfolios, meaning debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. You will also learn about the importance of the sales communication process, because if you're in business and you are not selling, you're not positioning your value proposition in front of the ideal client, that business will be compromised. On this platform also, we will be talking about the cost of doing business, which is absolutely necessary. So without further delay, I will now introduce Dr. Felicia. Dr. Felicia, welcome to the Business Growth Summit 101.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you beautiful people are in. Thank you so much, Gary, for allowing me to be a part of this great venture. We're looking forward to strategically positioning individuals to fulfill their dreams through, in my case, my specific case, through as a commercial loan broker through hard money or asset-based lending. So looking forward to the conversation on this morning for us. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. And to the rollout of our first summit.
Awesome. All right, I will also now introduce Dr. Shakira. Dr. Shakira, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad to be a part. So I am a real estate investor, a licensed realtor, and I help people build wealth through real estate investing. And so I am looking forward to this journey.
Awesome. All right, I will now call on Allure Thompson. Allure Thompson, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well, pretty good. My name is Allure Thompson, and I'm the director of operations at Pitch Deck 101 LLC, and I'm the person that will basically help you to set up your US-based business.
All right, thanks, Allure. So we also, I will call on Jed shortly, um, but in a moment, just let me talk a little bit about. Okay, Jed, are you there? All right, Jed, just introduce yourself briefly.
All right, good everyone. My name is Jay Thompson. I'm the branding and marketing manager for Pitch Deck 101 and 10X B&M LLC out of New York.
All right, thanks, Jed. All right, what I'll do just to get today's program started, I want to look at some very important facts that one must consider when getting into business. And I will talk briefly about the cost of running your business. There are three important concepts that should stand out here. One is your financial projection. We are working with many businesses across the world, and very often what we see is that many of those businesses are starting, but there is no clear financial projection. And I will explain in the brief what that means. In the absence of not having the financial projection, there's also no projection in terms of additional cost of running that business, in terms of the technical resource cost, the human resource cost, and the capital resource cost. We see very often you're into business, and these essential elements of running a business is not considered. The third element is the cash flow game plan. It's not enough to have a financial projection. It's not enough to understand the human, technical, and capital resources to run a business. It's equally important to understand the financial and the cash flow game plan. So I'm going to go through in the brief um, in terms of projecting some ideas that should be considered when you're getting into business. I want to ensure that I'm clear about this. What exactly do I mean by the term financial projection and cash flow projection? As a private equity investor, as an entrepreneur who is interested in helping businesses to grow, one of the things that I'm looking for when you are looking for funding is your financial projection. I want to be certain that you're thinking big enough. I want to be certain that you understand your business model. I want to be certain that you clearly know what you're doing. But what exactly is the financial projection? The financial projection is projected income based on projected activities of that business. And let's look at this in the brief. You want to be clear about the financial projection. And to be clear means that you're setting a financial goal, let us say, you want to attain $1 million on an annual basis. So it's necessary for you to be very clear about this, because if you're not clear about setting this target, you can end up anywhere in managing that business. Secondly, it's important for you to also to understand the vehicle that you're going to be using to realize that financial target. For example, the vehicle could be you're going to be invested in real estate. The vehicle can be that you're starting a management consultancy firm. The vehicle could be that you are going to be teaching about debt mitigation. So these are all vehicles that you can be using to reach the financial objective. You want to know this. It's not enough to say that I want to generate $1 million enough, and you're not clear about the vehicle that you're going to be using to achieve the financial objective. Third, it's also necessary for you to be very clear about the total number of clients that you need to generate $1 million. Again, I'm saying all of this because we are seeing that many businesses are starting again and you are not clear. You are not clear because you do not have a financial projection. If you have the financial projection, some of these things that I'm talking about will be lucidly clear to you. The fourth concept that I want to talk about today is, for example, if you're setting a target of $1 million, you can perhaps say that you're targeting 20 persons annually. So you're targeting 20 persons, and annually, each of these clients are allocating $50,000 to you for the services that you are providing. So when we calculate 50 Ks times 20, you get a sum total of $1 million. So this can actually be a summary of what your cash flow projection should be looking like. But is this the beginning and the end? Of course not. The second concept that I want us to look at is the projected expenses based on the total cost of running that business. If you can recall, I spoke earlier on about fixed cost and administrative cost. For example, to run a business, there will be a cost for rent, there will be a cost for utility, there will be a cost for equipment, there will be insurance costs, there will be costs for health benefits, there will be a cost for legal counsel. Now, all of these things represents the cost of running a business. And it is necessary that you take the time to notice. Now, if you do not notice, you need to ensure that you have the right team on your side that can walk you through this process. So you have now a clear mental picture in terms of how to prepare to run a business successfully. I'm going to look at some semi-variable cost also that you should be considering. For example, there may be costs for raw materials. There may be costs for advertising. Of course, advertising is so important in running a business today. Advertising is what enables you to attain visibility, reach, and impact. From impact, you're now able to achieve client conversion. From client conversion, you're able to optimize the business potential to cash flow. And if you do what you're doing consistently to add value and fix problems, here is where you will also be able to build confidence, trust, and credibility in the eyes of the public. Market research is also important. And in starting a business and growing a business and scaling a business, you want to be market sensitive. To be market sensitive and to be market oriented means that you are doing the market research. So today I'm just going through the brief of some of the things that you should be looking at. You should want to build out your branding and marketing game plan. As we go deeper into these programs over the next few days, we will better help you to understand each of the tenets of what we are talking about. So you have two basic concepts here. One is how to do the financial projection. And it's important to recognize that in getting to the financial projection, you may have to incur cost. All right, you have administrative costs, you have some fixed costs. We also look at some semi-variable costs. And all of that represent the cost of doing business. But what I want to get into here now is also very, very important. The concept that we call the cash flow game plan. And let me say why this is so important. Because very often you develop the cash flow projection. And what happened with the cash flow projection? It sits there. It harbor cobweb because it is thus a projection. You may even reach to the extent to identify the human, technical, and capital resources to move the process forward. But that too sits. There's a concept that we call the cash flow game plan. And here is where the strategic thinking comes into play. Here is where the best minds within the organization at the strategic, tactical, operational level come into play, and they work with you to develop the strategic game plan. Now, what exactly does this mean? We talk about market access. Let's begin here. The game plan is all about how you're going to access the market. Now, are you just going to innovate and randomly push the products and services into the market? No. You want to do proper market research, as I mentioned early on. There's a cost of running a business, and market research is part of the cost. Why market research is so important? Because market research really enables you to understand your target market. And to understand your target market, it is an issue of business that must never be trivialized. The biggest mistake that you can say is that you're targeting everyone with your business. It's impossible. It will never happen. So, on this platform, we talk about the importance of having demographic data. We talk about the importance of having psychographic data. We talk about the importance of having geographic data because it is these biodata markers that will enable you to have the most authentic knowledge about your market. And that is what will literally enable you to integrate your products and services into the market based on clearly established needs, wants, and expectations of your target market. This is what's going to enable you to win in the platform of business. So we will go deeper into this, not today. Today is just to give you a brief overview of what is to come. And as you think about building your business, starting your business, it's also necessary for you to understand human resource needs. Here is where we will go much deeper into your strategic labor force, your tactical labor force, and your operational labor force. Every organization should be built on these three pillars I've just talked about. You want to have your strategic team, your tactical team, your operational team. It's not just about appointing anyone to function in the organization. It's about appointing the best human resources that can support you in executing based on the vision that you want to achieve. Technology also plays a part here. This is the technical resources. Technology will be able to give you the technological competitive advantage. And you want to think about this. Technology can reduce the cost of production. Technology can enhance productivity. Technology can play a role in distribution. And in starting and scaling a business, these are all things that you want to think about. You want to ensure that you have the information, or you're at least working with a consultant like Pitch Deck 101 LLC or 10x B&M LLC that can provide you with this body of knowledge. In the event that you want to know more about us, I want to encourage you to go to our website, pitchdeck101.org, peruse that website so you will be able to get so much more information in terms of what we do. The concept I'm going to talk about today is the capital resources. Yes. In starting a business, you want to know the kind of capital that it's going to take to move your business forward. And I'm talking about this because the fact that we see many businesses get started, but they struggle to raise capital. They struggle to raise capital. And I keep saying there's no shortage of money. Dr. Felicia will be talking shortly, and she will really help you to understand the fact that there's no shortage of money. There's debt instruments, there's credit instruments, there's equity instruments, there is creative financing, and there's hard money lending. As time progresses on this platform, we will go deeper into this program because we continue to say when you're taking debt, you want to take it in a responsible way, a responsible manner. So it is necessary that you not only understand financial portfolios, but you understand how to access these portfolios. You understand smart debt leverage, and you also understand debt mitigation tools. So on this platform again, that is sponsored by and designed by 10x B&M LLC out of New York and Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York. These are the type of information that we will be giving you over the next few days to help you make better business decisions. Very shortly, Allure will be talking about how to start a US-based business. But just before Allure, I will now invite up Dr. Felicia to talk to us a little bit about her area of competency. As you know, she has been introduced as a commercial loan broker. She represents over 100 financial partners in the US, and she's definitely one of our go-to person when it comes to helping businesses to access the much needed funds that they need to grow and scale. So, Dr. Felicia,
All right. So here's the thing. First of all, we want to thank all those who have joined in to listen and to garner information and knowledge as you look to one, either build your business, two, grow or scale your business, or three, sustain your business. As we look at, it is our hope, it is our endeavor to assist you in making sure that those needs are met so that we can make that happen. As we look at this, Gary talked about some of the basic fundamentals of positioning yourself from a business perspective and helping you understand a business versus a hobby. It is important, and we're going to really look at the importance of structuring your business and creating a solid foundation that you can catapult from so that you can grow, and your business will then indeed be a business and not a hobby. As we look at that, one of the core components, I'm looking, trying to make sure that I'm that I'm in the camera properly. One of the core things that we do in doing that is we know that it's about the Benjamins. Without the Benjamins, it is difficult to strategically position ourselves in this capitalistic society. It doesn't matter whether you're in America, whether you're in Europe, whether you're in an Asian country, none of that matters, because in each country, in order for you to participate in the marketplace, you need money to make it happen. Whatever your monetary unit is called, you need that in order to make it happen. One of the things that we do here, with me as a commercial loan broker in cooperation, in conjunction with the team members here, is we look at two basic things. Well, first of all, we will classify it under the category of creative financing. And we look at hard money loans, and we look at asset-based lending. We're going to tease this out in a more concerted way tomorrow, perhaps. But today, I just want to do what I call a drive-by. And in doing that, we're just looking at some very basic information. That hard money, what is hard money? Hard money, what is a hard money loan? It's a short-term loan. It's a non-conforming loan. It's for commercial or investment properties that doesn't come from traditional lenders. Well, who are traditional lenders? We know that traditional lenders are typically banks and credit unions. So these dollars don't come from those entities. We're going to break down why, some of the benefits of a hard money loan in just a minute. But these dollars come from people or private companies that accept property or an asset as collateral. That's a pivotal piece. It's important for us to understand that it is the individual, it is not their competencies, it is not their portfolios, their individual portfolios, it is not their credit scores that will determine um, whether or not the loan is granted. It is the property or the asset. We want to make that very clear. And so now we cross over to asset-based lending. What is an asset-based lending? Asset-based lending is a loan or line of credit that is issued to a business that is secured by some form of collateral. And that collateral could be inventory, it could be equipment, accounts receivable, or any other balance sheet assets. For those of you that may be a novice or not understand some of the things that I'm speaking about, we can tease this thing out at a later time. But for right now, we're just going to go through the basics so that you get a leveling ground or a pulse of exactly what we have to offer through this summit, and then through this business summit 101. So when earlier I talked about that these dollars, whether it's hard money loans or asset-based loans, they don't come from traditional banks, because typically, and many of you know this, which is why many of you may be looking to delve into these dollars versus going after the traditional bank or credit union, is because typically with those institutions, financial institutions, it's more stringent to obtain funding. It's more stringent to obtain dollars to make your dreams reality. So, for example, many times it'll be like you will need a 2-year tax return. You need to be gainfully employed there, and all of that will be checked. your credit score would be examined and teased out in totality. Typically, in order to close on deals, whether it's an investment deal, residential property through real estate, or some other entity, the closing usually takes a lengthier period of time, sometimes 30 to 45 days or more. So if you come upon a quick deal as a fix and flipper and you need dollars fast, you don't have 30 to 45 days to garner dollars. So typically with traditional means of financing, they delve into your life in a really concerted way. They request a boatload of information, and it makes the process lengthy. When we look at hard money and asset-based lending, there are definitely pros and cons to it. So make no mistake, everything is not simple. So for example, when we look at hard money and asset-based lending, um, the closing is very fast. 7 to 14 days, you can close on a deal. As I said, the lender is betting on the deal, not betting on your your personal assets, not betting upon your knowledge, your acumen of knowledge of what you're doing. Although they do tend to want individuals that are learned and are not in this, the first go around. There are opportunities where individuals who are novices can generate dollars, but typically those dollars that are at a higher interest rate. Once you're in the game and you're crushing it and doing your thing, definitely your ability to obtain loan products at cheaper interest rates increases substantially. So as I said, the deals tend to close quicker, 7 to 14 days. Um, the con is that these dollars tend to be more expensive. Why? Because it's a quick turnaround. The interest rates are usually 9 to 12%. Um, the time of the loan term is typically for hard money loans is 6 to 12 months. Sometimes for asset based lending, sometimes it's a little more. You can do 3 to 5 years. However, these are short term loans. They're not like your traditional 30-year loans or 15-year loans. These are short term loans. So the impetus is to get in and get out, to get in, and these are for investment opportunities. These are not, so if you're looking to obtain dollars for for residence, a home that you want to purchase as an investment property, these are non-owner occupied loans that you can obtain, so that the residence cannot be occupied by the owner. There are some slight caveats to that depending on the lender, but generally speaking, everything that I'm saying right now is all generally speaking. In each case, there could be caveats to each statement that I'm making, but I'm saying generally speaking, by and large, big picture, the statements that I'm making are spot on, specific to lending. These are for investment dollars. For asset base, it tends to be for businesses, and hard money can be consumers as well as businesses. And again, these are quick hit dollars that are there to aid you in building, scaling, or growing your business or sustaining your business. The deal is the loaning is not judged upon you as much as on the deal, on the asset, on the collateral, and that's an important piece for you to hone and drill on. These can be, as I said, a variety of deals. So it can be equipment. So if you have equipment, if you want trucks, or there's other equipment that you need, if you're a caterer and you need to expand your yourself to buy more equipment so that you can scale your business. If you're a dentist and you need additional equipment, you need new chairs, you need other more advanced equipment. These dollars are available for you. If you are, as I said, a truck driver and you need trucks, these deals are in place. These deals can be an asset to you. Also for accounts receivable and other type of inventory needs for you as a business owner. The number one important thing, though, I'll be honest, is this isn't a drive-by, just quick hit, slam bam, thank you, ma'am, kind of thing. It's important that your business is set up. There are requirements that will have to take place in order for you to qualify. I reiterate that the stringency of you accessing these dollars are substantially less than if you were trying to obtain these dollars from traditional means of either a bank, a credit union, or even operating with joint ventures and other avenues. So this is just a quick drive-by of that. Gary, I don't know if there's any specific questions or if we're just going to push through and let some of our other team members speak as we continue in this summit. Thank you all for listening. And we look forward to teasing this thing out and helping you to make your dreams reality. It's Felicia, and I pass the mic.
Thanks, Dr. Felicia, for that share. I really felt your energy and your passion as you give a brief overview of hard money lending and asset-based lending. What I just want to reinforce to our listening audience is that hard money lending is different from traditional lending, and it's different in many ways. One, the entry barrier is much lower, but the interest rate may be higher. Now, with the high interest rate, it might scare a little people, but the beauty about working with Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York and 10X B&M LLC, we do not only work with you to help you to access the debt portfolio. Regardless of how high the interest rate is, there are debt mitigation tools that we will expose you to ensure that you're able to reduce your debt life cycle. And by reducing the debt life cycle, you're able to reduce the debt cost. We will also talk as time progresses about refinancing strategies. So you may be your entry barrier might be the hard money lending, but you're not going to stay there for long, because once you get access, you can refinance, leveraging a lower interest portfolio for your funds to move into business. The beauty is that you have access to all of
Gary,
this.
you're breaking up a bit. I just want to let you know you're breaking up there.
All right, thank you. So yes, I was saying that the sky is the limit when it comes to accessing capital and leveraging financial instruments. So I want to thank you for that share, Dr. Felicia, and we'll come right back to you just before we wrap up. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. I look forward to it.
Awesome. All right. So what I will do, I will now call on Allure Thompson to give us her overview of what it takes to run a US-based business. Again, what we see is that many persons simply start a business, but it requires more than just registering with the Secretary of State to get the business up and moving. So I'll pass control now to Allure Thompson.
Operations at Pitch Deck 101. Everyone hearing me?
Yes.
Okay, good day everyone. Once again, my name is Allure Thompson and I'm the Director of Operations at Pitch Deck 101 LLC. And today I will be talking about starting your US-based business. Starting your US-based business is a very rewarding experience. And it has multiple benefits, such as you can get access to up to 332 million new consumers, access to modern technology that can give your business the technological competitive advantage. You can get access to multiple financial institutions such as debt, equity, creative financing, and hard money lending. Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York is a comprehensive business support agency that works with our clients to help them attain all of the above. Pitch Deck 101 LLC will allocate $5,000 US to any business owners that decides to start processing their US-based business today. This $5,000 US is subject to conditions that will be discussed before the end of today's session. Okay, so let me begin. Okay, so the first step in starting your US-based business is to get your business registered with the US Secretary of State. And this basically would help your business to look more legitimate. You can get access to up to 332 million potential clients. You can get access to capital such as debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. The second step is to get your EIN or your employer identification number from the IRS. And also and the third step is to get your ITIN, your individual taxpayer identification number. And this mostly applies to foreign nationals. So what your EIN and your ITIN does is it gives you the ability to open your business checking account and open your business savings account. And it also makes it possible to register with Dun & Bradstreet to get your DUNS number. The fourth step is to get a proper business address. What this does is it helps your business to look official and it commands respect and helps funding institutions take you serious. The fifth step is to have a 411 listing. And the 411 listing is a business directory that enables millions of business owners to get into contact with you. It also tells other business owners that you're serious about doing business. The 411 listing also gives you the opportunity to rub shoulders with the top 100 companies in the world. The sixth step is to have your business website and your social media presence all in the business name. This creates uniformity across all boards. Okay, so what this does is it helps you to get global reach and global cash flow potential. It also tells investors to take you serious and helps you to stand out as a leader in the global marketplace. Now moving on to the seventh step. The seventh step is to have a business checking account and have a business savings account. What this does is it makes it easier for investors to do business with you, and it makes it easier for clients to do business with you. And it also makes it easier to connect with international payment services such as Chase, PayPal, DV, American Express, Capital One, just to name a few. Now the eighth step. The eighth step is to have your SIC code or the Standard Industry Classification Code and your NAICS code. This is the North American Industry Classification System code. These codes helps investors to identify your financial risk category, and it helps you to identify your SIC and NAICS code, which makes your business more appropriate to do business with. It also helps businesses to access capital at 0% APR, which is at a lower interest rate. Now moving on to the ninth step. The ninth step is to get your DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. When you're able to get your DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet, this will enable you to get your Paydex score, which then enables you to build business credit, which is something that we at Pitch Deck 101 are able to help businesses do. Now, the 10th step is to open trade lines, either with vendor credit, store credit, or cash credit. So first I will be talking about vendor credit. So vendor credit is like your net 30, your net 60, and your net 90. This allows for immediate access to capital that businesses can use to purchase goods. This allows for immediate transfer of goods to the consumers, and it allows businesses to spend money that they don't have, and this can be leveraged at 0% APR within the appropriate life cycle, either 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. And vendor credit is known as a revolving debt, and this is a debt that has the ability to be leveraged multiple times. Next, I would like to talk about store credit. And store credit is a line of credit that gives you the ability to spend money in and out of the store. And it may be obtained at 0% APR for 6 to 18 months. Store credit is also a revolving debt. And lastly, I would like to talk about cash credit. We are happy to say that at Pitch Deck 101 LLC, we are partnered with multiple financial institutions that can help businesses that are properly registered to get access to business credit between $50,000 and $250,000 US dollars. Also, Pitch Deck 101 LLC, we can provide the support to help businesses access funding from 30 to 90 days. Okay, and to learn more about what we do, please feel free to visit us at our website at pitchdeck101.org. Thank you for listening to me once again. My name is Allure Thompson. I'm the Director of Operations at Pitch Deck 11 LLC.
All right, thanks for that wonderful share, Thompson. I know this is perhaps Hi, Laura. I was talking on mute. Thanks for that wonderful presentation. I know that this perhaps is your maiden presentation, your first time on camera, and you did an excellent job in presenting yourself. So I want to say a big kudos to you. And there you had it, the listening public. Starting a business is not just starting a US based business. You want to set up your business properly. And as Allure would have just gone through a list of different things that you should be focusing on. It's not just about getting registered with the Secretary of State. It's not just having your business address. How important is the 411 number that she spoke about? You need your 4411 number. She spoke about Dun and Bradstreet. She also spoke about the SIC code and the NACE code. And all of these things are absolutely necessary. In most cases, when you don't understand what is a NACE code and you don't have a NACE code, and you're applying for a financial instrument, what will happen? Yeah. What will happen when you are applying for financial instruments because you do not understand what is your NACE code? The financial institution will put you at a high risk category. And when you go into a high risk category, several things happen. You're either prevented from accessing capital, or when you access capital at a high interest rate. So these are things that we work with our clients to ensure that you know this, ensure that you're properly set up. So when you're going out there to access capital, you have a fighting chance to win in that process. So Allure, thanks for that excellent share. I now want to call on Dr. Shakira. Dr. Shakira is a pharmacist by profession, but of course she has a tremendous bias for real estate, and she has a lot of experience as a real estate investor. She is a certified real estate broker, and I'm so excited to have you here today, Dr. Shakira, to walk us through what your experience is like and what are some of the advantages and perhaps pitfalls of real estate. Welcome, Dr. Shakira. All to you, Dr. Shakira. Are you hearing me? I'm not hearing you. Based business can give you a tremendous competitive advantage. Why? You're able to access a very large market in excess of 333 million consumers. You're able to access technology, and also you're able to access a diversified financial portfolio, meaning debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. We at Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York, we have started this signature project titled the Business Growth Summit 101 that will give you a step-by-step guide in terms of how to start a US business, how to scale that US-based business, and how to cash flow from a position of strength. So we encourage you to join us on a daily basis as we take you through this journey of starting and scaling your business. All right, Dr. Shakira, are you hearing me now? All right, what I want to encourage you to do, if you're hearing me, do log out and log back in. That should help to resolve the audio challenge that we're having at the moment. So just try logging out and log back in. All right, in the moment, in the meanwhile, all right. So while we give Dr. Shakira the time to get back in, I just want to recap a little bit on what we talk about. Today we talk about a number of important topics for business. We talk about the cost of running a business. You should take the time to understand your cash flow projection. You should take the time to understand the human, technical, and capital resources necessary to move a business forward. You want to take the time to develop your cash flow game plan. These are all important concepts for you to, really take the time and take stock of them. Dr. Felicia, she gave us a brief intro on what is hard money lending and how to prepare yourself for this. Tomorrow, we will do a deeper dive into what hard money lending is and what multiple financial instrument represents. We will do a little deep dive into debt, equity, credit, and creative financing. So moving forward, you will have an understanding. See, in business, if you're in business, you really want to take the time to understand financial instruments because all financial instruments are not created equal. You see, Alur spoke early on about accessing financial capital at 0% APR. That will never happen in terms of debt financing. Which financial instruments are you able to leverage and leverage this at 0% APR? We're happy to say that we are representing a number of companies that they're able to allocate funding to you at 0% APR for 12 to 21 months. To every business, that should be music to the ear, to your ear, because you're able to access the much needed capital to grow and scale. And in accessing capital to grow and scale, you're not stressed out about, your monthly debt obligation. So that gives you an advantage. So there's so much of critical information that we're going to be getting into over the life of this program to really help you set up yourself properly in business and to win in business. Dr. Shakira, welcome back. Can you hear me now? I've seen you speaking, but I'm not. Okay, let me bring you up on stage. Okay. Try it again, Dr. Shakira.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
The wonderful Dr. Shakira. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining and watching. Welcome, everyone. So, I am a real estate investor, a licensed realtor, and I will be talking to you about why real estate is important. We will be discussing in the future things like how to buy real estate correctly, financing options, how to find the deal, how to fund the deal, how to analyze the deal, how to own property, even if you don't want to be a landlord. Perhaps you are interested in buying your first home, you're interested in buying investment property, you're looking for event space to hold your business meetings. Perhaps you're interested in a home-based business, or buildings to host your business. But I'm going to talk about why real estate is important today. And so, currently what is going on in the headlines: massive layoffs. People are losing their jobs left and right. Over 150,000 people have lost their jobs this year and last year. The tech industry is being hit very hard. You hear stories of places like Google laying off 12,000 employees, Microsoft 10,000, Amazon 18,000, Twitter Meta, formerly known as Facebook. So the tech industry is being hit very hardly. Also, talks of going into a recession if we are not already in a recession. So, the reason being why real estate is so important is it provides financial security. So, you are no longer worried about losing your job. You're not worried about a paycheck. And not only are you not worried, but you are building wealth in the process. So, inflation is in the headlines where everything is costing more money, costs more money to buy food, more money for gas, more money for everything that you need. However, with real estate, how inflation works, people who own property, they are becoming wealthy with inflation. Inflation is building wealth for people who own property, and that is through appreciation. The higher the inflation, the higher the value of your home. Say, for instance, you buy a property that is 100,000. Eventually, that 100,000 property will be worth 200,000. That 200,000 property will be worth 300,000. So, can you imagine not only owning one investment property or one business, but owning several and having your wealth being automatically increasing because of the fact that you own what is called an asset. So you're not worried about losing your job and you have consistent cash flow coming in. Your tenant, if you're interested in investment property, is paying down the mortgage and you are building your wealth over time. Over 90% of millionaires own some form of investment property. So not only are you receiving cash flow on a monthly basis, you are receiving great returns for the money that you are putting in. You are gaining long term financial security so that you are not worried about losing your job. You're not worried about not being able to get a job. You are building your wealth. You also have tax advantages that comes with owning property. There is the diversification. So you are diversifying your assets. So you have different assets. Real estate is one asset. You also have passive income. There is a lot of work up front getting the actual property if you're looking to use it for investment property, or if you're looking for event space, or if you're looking for a home based business, or if you're looking for a building to hold your business events. There is the upfront work, but there's the passive income that comes with doing that work. Also, there is the ability to protect yourself against the inflation that I just mentioned. So there is this protection factor. You are protected financially. You have peace, you have financial peace and protection that you are providing for yourself. You are building capital, and then you also have a level of control as opposed to other places where you can put your money, such as stocks, which is a good idea also, creating your business, which is a good idea also. There is level of control with real estate. So there is talks of perhaps the money changing. There we have talks of fiat currency, talks of cryptocurrency, things like that. So it does not matter what the currency is. It doesn't matter if we're going to be in fiat currency or if we're going to be in cryptocurrency. Whatever the currency is, you will be paid in that currency. If we go to cryptocurrency, you're going to be paid in cryptocurrency because you own assets. So we'll talk about assets versus liabilities, the importance of accumulating assets and building wealth for yourself. So I am Shakira, a real estate investor and a licensed realtor. Thank you for listening, and I am passing the mic.
Thanks for that share, Dr. Felicia. You've said a whole lot about real estate, and of course, we are now scratching the surface. And I love the point that you would have made, with inflation that is taking place, asset value is going up. The beauty about that is that you're able, the higher the asset value goes, you can take out a HELOC and you can leverage that, home equity line of credit right back into other, smart performing assets. So those are some hacks that we will definitely be going into to ensure that the public understand at a deeper level and what we're talking about. And of course, as we go deeper into real estate investment, there's a whole lot that we're going to be talking about because you want to know things like what is appraisal. You want to know, how to look at, economic obsolescence, because economic obsolescence do exist, and we will provide the kind of information to you to help you to make smart investment decision. So when you're buying real estate, you know exactly where to buy, what to look for, and how to ensure that your investment into real estate portfolio is solid. So thanks for that share, Dr. Shakira. It's always a pleasure listening to you speak, and I'm looking forward to hearing so much more from you. You are a certified real estate agent. You have quite a number of years under your belt, and I know that you have so much to share with the public. Um, so I want to thank you. So do
Looking
not
forward
leave us. Go ahead. Go ahead.
looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right. So I'll bring up Jed Thompson now. And what he will do is he will do a recap on how to start a US based business. And Alur would have talked about the fact that Pitch Deck 101 LLC, we're giving away $5,000 to any entrepreneur who makes a decision today to start their US based business. We'll give 5,000 US dollars to those persons. And at the end of Jade's presentation, he will tell us the conditions under which they will get access to that $5,000. So, Jed Thompson, all to you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, no problem. Hello, everyone. My name is Jay Thompson, and I am the marketing specialist for Pitch Deck 101 and 10X B&M LLC out of New York. And today I will be doing a recap on how to start a US-based business. So the first step in starting your US-based business is to get your business license. And your business license makes you look legitimate. It helps you the connection. Can you hear me? All right, so the next step in building your US based business is to get your business license. And you also need to get your EIN and your ITIN number. And what exactly are the benefits of having your EIN and your ITIN number? Having your EIN or your ITIN number helps you to look official. It helps you to set up your business checking account and your business savings account. And this is why it is very important for you to have your EIN and your ITIN number. Next, you need to have your 411 business listing. And your 411 business listing is a business directory that enables you to get access to millions of clients. And it also gives you the opportunity to rub shoulders with the top 100 companies in the world. The next step is to get your website properly developed and have business or social media presence. So the benefits of having your website and social media presence, it gives you global reach and cash flow potential. It tells investors to take you serious, and it helps you to stand out as a global market investor. This is why it is very important for you to have your business website and your social media presence. Next is you need to have your business checking, and your business savings account. Having your business checking account and business savings account makes it easier for investors to do business with you. It makes it easier for clients to do business with you too. And it helps you to connect with multiple international payment systems like Divi, PayPal, Chase, and just to name a few. The next step is to get your SIC and NAICS code. And what exactly are the importance of having your NIC or NAICS code? This helps you to identify your financial risk category. It helps you to identify NAICS or NIC within your financial risk category to do business with. And it helps you to access capital easier at 0% APR. Next step is to get your DUNS number from Dun and Bradstreet. And having your DUNS number and Bradstreet, it allows you to get your PayDex score, and it helps you to get business credit easier. And the next step is to get trade lines, either store credit, vendor credit, or cash credit. So let's talk about vendor credit. Vendor credit or it gives you immediate access to capital, and it gives you the ability to spend money you don't have. It can also be leveraged at 0% APR at its appropriate life cycle, meaning net 30, net 60, or net 90. It also helps you, it's also a revolving line of credit, and this ability to leverage this can be done multiple times. Next is store credit. This is a line of credit that gives you the ability to spend money in and out of stores. And vendor credit can also be obtained at 0% APR for 6 to 18 months. And it's also a revolving line of credit. And last but not least is the cash credit. And I'm happy to say that we at Pitch Deck 101, we are partners with multiple financial institutions that will help you to get access to 50 to 250,000 US dollars. And we at Pitch Deck 101 will support our clients to access this within 30 to 90 days. And now, as promised, let's talk about the 5,000 US dollars that will be allocated from Pitch Deck 101 LLC. So the $5,000 that will be allocated from Pitch Deck 101 can be used for business training on how to access capital at 0% APR. It can help you to set up your website properly and social media platforms. It will help you to get access to new markets and integrate your business in the US market. And last but not least, it can be used to mitigate debt and reduce the debt life cycle and reduce the debt costs. My name is Jay Thompson once again, and it has been a pleasure being here with you today. Thank you.
All right, thanks for that presentation, Jed. I know this for you also perhaps is your very first presentation in front of a global audience. So I want to also thank you for braving it out and presenting on to this topic, both you and Allure. I want to say that I really love the fact that you would have spoke about the $5,000, and what Jade would have said is that any business that is serious about doing business and you're ready to take your business to the US, where you can have access to 332 million consumers, you can have access to the latest technology that will help to give your business the competitive advantage. You will also have access to multiple financial instruments. If you need this support, you're ready. We will be allocating at Pitch Deck 101 LLC and 10X B&M LLC out of New York $5,000 to help you get your process started. The $5,000, as Jade would have said, can be used to set up your website and your social media presence. The $5,000 can be used to help you in training, to really help you to get the finer details in how to go about setting up your business with the DNB, with the SIC, with the NAICS. This money can also be used to really help you to understand how to access these financial instruments, reduce your debt life cycle, reduce your debt cost, and smile because you're able to win at the financial game. I want to say this platform is not the regular, it's not the ordinary platform. We are not just going to talk to you about how to start your business. We're not just going to talk to you as to how to scale your business, but we will talk financial intelligence to you. We will talk with you as to, the various financial instruments that you should know. We will talk to you about how to access financial instruments because we have a number of financial experts here, some who are not here present today. We will talk to you of ways of mitigating debt, and debt mitigation is so important. In real estate, they would always say, you don't buy a property to sell and then make a profit. When you buy the property, you want to also make a profit from the time that you buy. The beauty about what we're talking about here is not only winning when you buy, but you win throughout the entire life cycle of leveraging financial instrument. So it's an exceptional platform. Some of those information we will give you here. Some you can book a one-on-one. You can book some group sessions because there will be a number of business summits coming up to really help businesses to understand the depths at which business can be done. So with that being said, we are now at the end of today's session. I will invite Dr. Felicia and Shakira back up on stage to give their closing remarks. I want to say hi to each and every one of you. I really enjoyed your energy. I really enjoyed the powerful presentation that each and every one of you would have given. And looking forward to doing this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do a deeper dive into access to capital. So audience, do be prepared for that. Remember, do log on to our website. The website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, which is pitchdeck101.org. Navigate that website to learn what we are doing. Our contact numbers are also there. Feel free to call us at any of the numbers. We will be happy to talk with you. You can go to our contact page and you can send us an email there. As time progresses, we will bring in additional tax CPA out of the US. Our CPA is not here today. Our top financial expert is not here today because this is tax season in America. And of course, he's loaded with work. But in the future, you'll definitely have a chance to interface with some of our tax consultants and legal minds. So with that being said, Dr. Felicia, I'll start with you, your high energy.
All right. So here's the bottom line. One, this has been an absolutely wonderful Business Growth Summit, Business Growth Summit 101. Gary, you've done an exemplary job pulling this piece together. It's just a beautiful thing when you have individuals who really want to see people win. And Gary, that's what you stand for. That's who you are intrinsically. And so because of that, I think anyone that's listening in need to just say kudos to Gary for having a mindset and a desire to see people win. There were a couple of issues with the audio, so we asked that you on this the first summit bear with us as we continue to build and to make this platform, this virtual platform, optimal in its execution. But what we want to say in finality is that Dr. Shakira, even when she did her presentation, as I listen, I learn, honey. I take notes also, and some of the pieces that she was kicking was like spot on when you talked about inflation and when there is inflation, that people who are investors, people who are already in the game and people who are even jumping the game can win, that they can strategically position themselves to benefit financially. So while we have a lot of people throughout the world talking about the recession, talking about inflation, talking about the negative things that perhaps are looming over the real estate market or the investors market, there are a lot of positive things. And Dr. Shakira hit that thing on the head when she spoke. And I just want to say kudos to you for doing an exemplary job. And then to the other team players, Allure and Jade, for putting in place the foundation. Without having a business that's optimally structured, it won't amount to a hill of beans. It essentially will continue to be a hobby and not a business. So we need those pieces. And I'm looking forward to continue conversations on teasing that piece out, because I know as an individual investor and individual that's moved from the W-2 to the entrepreneurial avenue, that I didn't realize that at first. I didn't realize the importance of setting in place a foundation when it comes to business structure that will help me to be more competitive in the marketplace. So kudos to them too, and laying that platform, and then reiterating, and for discussion about credit lines and the importance of that, and all of this is just really powerful. So Gary, this piece is going to go someplace, and for those that are listening in, we want you to next time tell somebody about this venture, tell someone about this Business Growth Summit, and individuals who are genuine, individuals who are pure, individuals who themselves are going to the next level in their lives. So we're not, I don't believe any of us are on our A game where we're at the cap sheet of where we want to be. We're all continuing to strive, to learn, to go to the next level, even as you are. One of the foundational things that people learn in the business, in the learning pyramid, is as you learn, teach. And essentially, that's what we're all doing. We're teaching, we're imparting this knowledge. So as a commercial loan broker, as I close out, I know I've said a mouthful, but as I close out, we know that it is about the Benjamins. We know that it is about funding, but even greater than funding is setting up that structure, because without a proper structure, access to funding, you will find that it will evade you. We can help you here with Pitch Deck 101 LLC to help you get to that level in doing this. So again, excited to be here, excited about this Business Growth Summit, excited about all that you're doing, Gary, and you just having a good heart, a wholesome young man, and getting the do done. It's Felicia, and I pass the mic.
Thanks, Dr. Felicia. Love your energy. Dr. Shakira, all to you.
Hi, I agree with Dr. Felicia. Well done, everyone. I agree. The foundation is very important. And where's the money coming from? That's the bottom line. So we have the experts here to provide where that money is going to come from. And then that long-term vision of building wealth, very important. So for everyone listening, feel free to share this with anyone that you know who is interested in building wealth. We are all here and we want you to win.
Love that share, Dr. Shakira. Just to sum up what you and Dr. Kelly Felicia would have said, it's important to know where the money is coming from, because we see many businesses with great ideas. They're not failing, because the ideas is not great. They have very good business concept, but they're failing because they're not able to access the capital to put into marketing, access the capital to put into, human resource, access the capital to leverage back into technology. So businesses, you don't have to worry about access to capital now, because we're able to give you access to debt, equity, credit, creative financing, and hard money lending. You must qualify for some one of these financial instruments. The beauty again about working with us, if we recognize that you're not ready for debt financing, we're going to get you ready for some form of financing. And this is how myself and Dr. Felicia, we have been working. Those that we know they are not ready, we try to figure out some way to ensure that they're going to get financed. So I'm happy to say that. Jen, your last words.
All I want to say is I want to thank all of you for coming, and I want to also thank Dr. Felicia and Dr. Shakira for sharing your body of knowledge with us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jed. And we also appreciate the body of knowledge that you share with us in terms of how to set up a US-based business. All right. Allure, I know she's dealing with a client right now, so she's not able to come back to the camera. But I just want to reemphasize to the public, this is our first broadcast. If you know of anyone who is in business and wants to set up their operation in the United States of America, I want to encourage you to share this program with them. Now, if you're going to America as a foreign nationals, I know you have to think about housing accommodation. If you want to rent, we can put you in contact with subject matter expert. Dr. Shakira is a subject matter expert in terms of real estate. What I also forget to mention is Dr. Felicia is also a real estate broker. She has years of experience as a real estate broker too. So they can work with you to ensure that they get you set up in terms of housing. If you need to buy your first property, we can do all of that groundwork for you to ensure that you're properly set up in the US. When it comes to the business side, we're going to ensure that you're properly documented with the Secretary of State. You have your EIN, you have your ITIN, you have your 411 number. We help you set up your SIC code, your NACE code. We help you work with you to get your PAYDEX score. With your PAYDEX score, you can now start to build business credit, and we walk you through the entire process. So we have a number of subject matter experts here that is willing, able, and are ready to help you take your vision and your business to that next level of development. I want to say thanks to Dr. Felicia, Dr. Shakira, Jade, and Allure Thompson for being with us today. And I'm looking forward to being with you tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time, for another broadcast of Business Growth Summit 101. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Okay, and we now pull the curtain down.